Can you stand back, mate? What's going on?
You're allowed to film police stations.
I'm not allowed to police.
Okay, you're detained at the moment.
Okay, alright. You can do it. Alright. I'll put it on the floor. That's alright. What was it, mate? What was it? Section 1, and then it was section 47, and what is it now?
I think there was
so why don't you write me a copy?
I will do.
How about you do it right now?
I'll go upstairs and do it.
Okay, how about you do it? How about you do it?
I haven't got one in my pocket, but I'll get it.
Alright. So what is it then, mate? Was it section 1 or 47?
I think it's 43. But
was it 43?
I'll write that.
Listen to me. Next time someone does this, don't act like this, alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know you can get sued.
Whatever you say.
Whatever I say.
Police encounters can change in seconds, and today's video proves exactly why knowing your rights matters. What starts as peaceful filming outside a UK police station quickly turns into a tense confrontation filled with handcuffs, counter-terror questioning, and officers struggling to explain their own legal powers. Featured in this breakdown is Coley Burks, one of the sharpest auditors in the UK, who stays calm under pressure while challenging every unlawful move made against him. Instead of backing down, the auditor turns the entire situation into a powerful lesson on Section 43 public filming rights and police accountability. If you enjoy real breakdowns of authority being challenged and civil liberties being defended, make sure to subscribe, because this encounter escalates fast and exposes some shocking behavior from the officers involved.
Yeah, just filming, mate.
Just filming?
Yeah.
Filming what?
It's anything I can see.
What for?
Why not? Can you stand back, mate? Thank you.
Why are you filming?
Can you stand back, mate?
Why are you filming?
Can you stand back, mate?
Why are you filming?
Can you stand back?
Why are you filming?
If you stand back, I'll answer you.
Why are you filming?
Can you stand back, mate? What's going on?
You're allowed to film police stations.
I'm not allowed to police.
Okay, you're detained at the moment.
Okay, alright. You can do it. Alright. I'll put it on the floor. That's alright. It's alright. There's no bother, mate. It's alright. I'll put it on the floor. I'll put it on the floor.
Yeah, we're here.
It's not going anywhere. You see my hands?
Cool. Yeah, thank you.
Why are you cuffing me? Am I hostile?
We're going down. That's what we're checking, mate.
You don't have to touch that, man. Okay, so just for a bit of context, this officer right here has just cuffed me. I don't know if you'll see that footage. This kind officer's just taken me out of cuffs. This is a lady. What's your name, sorry?
PC Emily Gilroy.
Emily Gilroy. Where are you from, Miss Gilroy?
Counter-terrorism.
Counter-terrorism unit. So we've had a bit of compromise. She's agreed to speak to me. Well, I've agreed to speak to her as long as the cuffs were taken off. So now we're having this conversation. So, Miss Gilroy, what do you want to know?
Well, I want to know why you came in filming the back gates, which has led to you being in handcuffs when officers arrived, because they didn't know what you were doing and you didn't want to provide your details. Because
I'm documenting abuse of like terrorism legislation, stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, legally I don't have to actually give you a reason. I don't have to account, so I don't actually have to say anything. But
okay, but it's going to make us suspicious, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, but legally speaking, I don't have to account for myself in a public place. Is this a public place?
Yes, of course it is.
Okay, so technically, if I'm in a public place doing legal activity, I don't have to account for myself, right?
No,
so technically, I don't even have to say anything, right?
That's fine, absolutely fine. I'm not disputing that. But you've got to appreciate these officers are just doing their job at the end of the day.
I don't think they are doing their job, though, no.
Well, I'm not here to dispute that. What else do you want to ask me?
I thought you were the one that was asking me.
Well, obviously we want to know.
I would like to. All right then. All right. Let me ask you a question. I've got a question for you. You ready? Can
you answer me why you were filming the back gates first?
I've literally just answered the question. I'm documenting abuse of legislation by police officers.
Well, what's the abuse of legislation? Where's it been abused?
So I've just been cuffed and searched without reasonable grounds.
But that was after you started filming.
Yeah, of course. But I am allowed to film this. Look, guess what? I can stand here and film this as much as I like. Does it?
Okay.
I don't know if that's computed. All right, you have a listen. You have a right to speak to me, fine. Yeah. But you don't have a right to just put cuffs on me, and then start. Nah, you don't though. You don't, because I'm not hostile.
I'm not getting anywhere with you because you're not prepared to listen to me. So let's not just dispute that.
Moment exposed the entire situation for what it really was. Even after the handcuffs came off, the officers immediately went back to questioning the auditor about why he was filming while trying to make the detention sound reasonable. But the auditor never lost control of the interaction. He stayed calm, demanded personal space, and kept forcing the conversation back onto the law instead of emotions or intimidation. The smartest move he made was controlling the pace of the exchange by refusing to engage until boundaries were respected and then only answering on his own terms. That completely stripped away the pressure tactics being used against him. You can actually hear the officers searching for justification while the auditor keeps repeating one simple truth: lawful activity in public does not require permission or explanation. In that moment, knowledge completely overpowered authority, and the harder they pushed, the weaker their position sounded. This encounter is a perfect reminder that staying calm, asserting facts, and forcing officials to justify their actions can completely change the balance of power. So what would you have done in that situation? Answered their questions after the cuffs came off, or stayed silent and kept your distance like this auditor did?
Fair conversation, civilised conversation, and the agreement was to let you out of the cuffs.
You're from counter-terrorism and you still don't know who I am and my name.
I've got
Not
no
because
idea.
I'm affiliated with terrorism, but
do you want to tell me who you are?
I'm not going to tell you who I am. You'll easily find out who I am. You know what? If you
Well, then,
Googled something like man filming outside police station or YouTubed it,
Oh,
you
we've
could
got
probably
loads
find
of
out.
those. There's
Say
too
again?
many. There's too many to count.
I
We've got
don't
loads of
think
those.
there
So give me a little bit more.
No, it's not my job to tell you.
Just first names.
It's not my job. It's not my job to do that.
Not your job to give me your first name.
Ah, look, well, why would I give you my first name?
Just so we can have a conversation and I can call you Nick or whatever your first name is.
Why don't you call me like Sir or Handsome or something like that?
Okay, so you've come to just film the gates just for the reason you've given, yeah? Okay, is there any other issues that I can help you with today?
I would like you to explain the grounds for the search. Because he first said section 1 of PACE, then they changed it to section 47 of the Terrorism Act, which
43.
as you know, no, they changed it to 47.
Right.
And as you know, it has to be authorised by an inspector. The inspector himself didn't know that, and he scurried off because he knew that I knew what I was talking about. And now you're saying it's section 43, so I'd really expect...
Well, no, I'm asking, was it 43 or 47?
No, what was it, mate? What was it? Section 1, and then it was section 47, and what is it now?
I think there was
So
a bit
why
of
don't you write me a copy
I
of the
will
search
do.
slip, yeah?
I will
How
do.
about you do it right now?
I'll go upstairs and do it. And I'll give it back
how
to
about you do
yeah?
it? How about you do
I
it?
haven't
for me
got one in my
straight away?
pocket, but I'll get it.
All right. So what is it then, mate? Was it section 1 or 47?
I think it's 43. But
Was it 43?
I'll write it down and I'll confirm it for you. All right?
You do that, yeah?
I will.
Good lad.
All right.
Well, if you're
Now,
not
identify yourself. 1288.
There you
Yeah. All right.
Alright, well listen, if you're
Well,
not
cool. Are we
gonna-
done? Am I free to go?
I thought you wanted a copy of the search.
Yeah, I do. Go grab that for me, mate. Yeah.
Just put your car keys down there.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right.
Imagine they took my keys as well, and they were wandering around here trying to find my car. Grab that slip for me, mate. Yeah. And next time, don't be putting cuffs on people and stuff without any reasonable grounds.
Right. Okay,
And let's get
well,
our
I think
stories
the
straight.
conversation is finished. I'm happy with everything. Thank you for talking to me, and I wish you well. All right. Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna keep filming as well.
That's fine. No problem at all.
All right. Get that slip for me, mate. Don't forget. Yeah, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. And you're gonna be sued as well for
Make sure you stay away from the gate.
Yeah, no, I won't, mate. I'll be right there. But yeah, you're going to be sued as well for an unlawful search under section 43 or section 47, yeah?
Do what you've got to do.
Yeah, I can come in here as well. Yeah, it's a public place, yeah? Yeah, I can come in here. It's a public place. I've got a question
But
for her.
it's been closed. I'm just making sure it's still open.
Okay, thank you.
Is it open? Oh, okay. It's
All right,
open
yeah,
now.
I'm going to come in
Thank
here as
you.
well. Yeah, thank
Mind
you.
your bag, though.
Yeah, don't worry about my bag. I'll be waiting here for you, mate, yeah? Thanks, fella.
That moment was pure accountability unfolding in real time. The counter-terror officer tried to keep the tone friendly while avoiding the most important question of all: what actual legal power had been used against the auditor. But instead of getting distracted, the auditor stayed focused, challenged every changing explanation, and demanded clear grounds for the search. What made this exchange powerful was the moment he stopped defending himself and started questioning them instead. The entire balance shifted. Once the officer relaxed into casual conversation, he pinned her down on section 1, section 47, and section 43, forcing the confusion out into the open for everyone watching. You could actually hear the uncertainty creeping into their voices because the auditor never raised his tone, never lost control, and never let vague answers slide. That is what happens when legal knowledge forces authority to explain itself step by step. The badge still carries authority, but the confidence behind it starts disappearing when the law is not clear on their side. This encounter proves that staying calm, understanding your rights, and asking direct legal questions can completely change the dynamic of a police interaction. So would you have challenged the changing search powers like this auditor did, or accepted the first explanation they gave you?
So you're Coley Burks.
I am Coley Burke. See, how hard was that? We didn't
I
have to do all this.
I
Yeah, so what was
know.
the need
If
for all
you
that?
did, why didn't you just tell me you were Coley Burks?
Yeah, I must say, you're very beautiful though.
Thank you.
Am I allowed to say that?
Why do you film police stations? What's it all
I've
about?
told you.
But you've been going around filming different police stations.
Yeah, and I
but
can, because I
why?
can.
I know you can, but what are you getting from it? I know you can.
I think it would be difficult for me to explain it to
I'm
you.
just interested.
I don't just do it here to like cause a nuisance and try and belittle you lot. Like the whole time I kept it together pretty well, to be fair, despite all the...
Yeah, you did, compared to a lot of people I've dealt with. Absolutely.
Yeah. So like obviously like the point here is not to try and belittle you lot. The point is, like, I suppose you could say it's a form of like civil activism, do you know what I mean? And then we're just seeing, because we're seeing how the authorities react to people filming in public places, and it so happens to be...
But for what I'm genuinely interested.
Okay, so if you let me explain. So it happens to be that many officers are just kind of intent on violating people's rights without any given kind of reason or grounds. Do you know what I mean? We've got officers here, even your inspector himself, he didn't have a clue what he was talking about. He was saying section 47 didn't need to be... No, but he didn't though, and I could tell he did it. That's why he scarpered. Do you not understand the point? We're here to find the bad apples, so to speak. You're probably one of the better ones. Do you know what I mean? But it's like a lot of the way that the police go about it, it's like ultimately this is a free country. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the legislation says I don't act without the boundaries of the law. Do you know what I mean?
Is
like,
your first name actually Coley? Because I don't want to call you like...
No, it's not. It's not my first name, no.
Okay, all right. Can I call you Coley then?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Right. But Coley, listen, you've got to understand that anybody that comes to... today, in today's climate, anybody that comes to a police station films, police have to do their job, Coley. Come on. You do the same if it was outside. Why are you looking at me?
I was just seeing if you had a wedding ring on.
Okay, that's
what?
neither here nor there.
Why? I don't know, but I mean, well, let's make the best of a bad situation.
I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Come on.
It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do this. I'm still gonna do this. No, they do have a job to do, but there's ways to go about doing such jobs. Like he didn't even like give me even 5 seconds to explain what it is I'm here, what it is I'm doing here, and what my purpose is. Obviously, I'm not here for any trouble. I'm not here just to make the police look bad. Like you're not going to look bad. This is going to get put on YouTube. You're not going to look bad. Do you know what I mean? Like pretty face aside. Do you know what I mean?
If I'd have known, I knew he was going to use it for something, which is fine. Use it for whatever. But if I'd have known, I would have, you know.
Yeah, but believe it or not,
look a little bit better.
What really happened in that exchange was a complete shift in control. After the confusion and handcuffs, the officer changed tactics and tried approaching the situation with a calmer tone while still attempting to justify why filming a police station should attract suspicion. But the auditor never reacted emotionally, and that completely changed the direction of the conversation. Instead of arguing or escalating, he calmly explained why he was filming and framed it as public interest activism rather than provocation. That single move stripped away the nuisance narrative they were trying to build around him. You can actually hear the officer's tone soften once it became clear that the auditor understood both the law and how the interaction would look on camera. This stopped being about intimidation and became a public accountability test in real time. The entire dynamic changed because calm facts are incredibly difficult to fight against when someone knows their rights. Legal knowledge became armor, and the pressure started losing force the moment authority was forced to explain itself instead of simply demanding compliance. Encounters like this show why staying polite, informed, and confident matters so much during public interactions with police. Did you notice how quickly the tone shifted once the law entered the conversation, and would you have continued filming or walked away?
What happens with this YouTube channel? I mean, do you get
millions of people watch it?
How many subscribers have you got?
About 30,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people are really interested. The biggest one that does this has got like 100,000.
And they just want to see the police fail.
Yeah, but then again, a lot of people do this for all the wrong reasons. Like they're not educated, they're not clued up on legislation. Like they just do it to antagonize. Like even after you lot had me cuffed, do you know what I mean? Because if I can't get it on film, then there's no point in me even there trying to argue. And does that make sense?
Listen, like, it's all well and good you getting that on film, but you've got to look. The film has got to show the whole context.
But you lot didn't let me film it, did you? I've only been here for 5 minutes. It's not like I've been here for like 4 hours, like ducking in deep, like weaving and trying to come up to here and do all this. I've literally been here. I come up here, done this. Your guy come and put me in cuffs within 5 seconds. He comes straight up to me, like. Do you know what I mean? Right up to my face. And I said, mate, can you stand back?
I don't know nothing about you. You've not provided any details. So it's going to make us suspicious. We've got to put you in cuffs because we don't know what you've got on you.
No, you don't though, because I'm not hostile.
But listen, put yourself in our shoes. If you did this job,
I will.
do the same thing.
No, because I would use reason and common sense and logic to know that that an alleged terrorist. Yeah, but I can be obstructive. It's not illegal for me to be obstructive or to be difficult.
We're not thinking you're a terrorist, Coley.
Yeah,
but you are.
Yeah, but then why was I searched under terrorist legislation?
Because we do get a lot of people. Yeah, thank you. Because we do get a lot of people.
But you get that a lot, don't you?
No, we get a lot of people filming for CT reasons, so you've got to appreciate that.
I don't think about it. All right, so you work for the counter-terrorist team. Let's think a little bit logically now. Would a prospective terrorist film a police station, which I don't believe is a high-value target for a police station, in broad daylight? Like, there would be a more covert way of doing it. If you extrapolate based on the terrorist attacks that have happened in this country, I don't think many of them have been carried out like with people filming in broad daylight.
I get you, but not every situation, not every person that wants to do that, carry out a CT attack, has that way of thinking. They're all different.
I know you can never know what happens, but like I could walk across the street and get hit by a car. Like anything could happen. But the data does not support the fact that there's no data that supports the fact that police stations are targets of terrorists.
No, I'm not
saying
that
make sense? Because unfortunately, that the opinion towards you lot.
But we've got to be protective of it.
Of course.
This is the exact moment where legal knowledge completely changed the balance of power. The officer attempted to justify handcuffs and a terrorism-related stop by arguing that filming a police station combined with unanswered questions created suspicion. But the auditor calmly dismantled that reasoning piece by piece and pointed out the obvious contradiction. If someone truly had harmful intentions, why would they openly film a police station in broad daylight with zero attempt to hide it? That question shifted the entire interaction. Instead of defending himself emotionally, the auditor started testing the logic behind the officer's claims, and the more they tried to explain it, the weaker the justification sounded. He never needed to raise his voice because calm reasoning was doing all the work. In that moment, the controls stopped belonging to the uniform and moved to the person who understood the legal threshold better than the people enforcing it. This is why preparation matters, because one informed question exposed suspicion built more on fear and assumptions than actual evidence. Encounters like this prove that when you understand your rights, vague accusations and pressure tactics lose much of their force. Stay calm, know the standard, and make authority clearly justify every intrusion instead of blindly accepting it. Did you already know that filming alone is not enough to justify terrorism powers, or would that accusation have completely thrown you off balance?
Listen, you've got every right to speak to me, and when you do, I'm not going to try and antagonize you to get a reaction. Like, that's not how I do it. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of the time, you're kind of doing the job for me, so to speak. But
alright, well, I'm glad I now know who you are.
It wasn't that hard, was it? Like,
yeah, but it shouldn't have to be that hard.
How did you find out? How did you find out?
Tell me your name.
But like, how is there such an information failure like across the Met?
You can call me Emily, and I can call you whatever your name is. That's all. That's it. All it is.
But it's like, how do you not know about this? Not one of those officers knew what it was that I was doing. Like, is it that difficult? Like, for the information to trickle down throughout the Met?
How can you expect every officer?
No, but these auditors,
especially we've got a lot of new ones coming through.
Yeah.
How can you expect every officer to know who you are?
I mean, regardless of whether... No, I'm not saying that I expect them to know me by name or my alias, but I would expect them to be able to work out that some guy filming the back gate of a police station in broad daylight is probably not a terrorist and is probably doing it to get some sort of rise out of police.
9 times out of 10, yeah, absolutely.
I would expect... No, but 9 times out of 10, the inverse happens.
We don't know that, and we've got a job to do.
Yeah, but you should know that, because there was even a memo that went round.
Come on.
No, it just doesn't make... No, I'm being reasonable. It does not make logical sense for someone... Like, I'm just letting you grab me. Like, within 5 seconds, I was cuffed. So it's like, if I was supposedly going to plan to attack a police station, doing it like this, it just doesn't make any sense,
it might not even be in a terrorism purpose. You might be here because you've got a grievance against a particular officer.
Of course.
And you've come here to attack that officer. It could be even that. We have to look at the bigger picture, Coley.
Yeah? I hear that, but it's like... Me talking to you and these other officers is a complete coincidence. I haven't come here knowing this particular officer works at this time. Like, I've just turned up here.
But you might do.
And whatever happens, happens.
You might do, though.
But even then, I don't think that they would just stand in the place where the cars come in and out of. Like, camera or not, some bloke standing here looks suspicious.
Come on, we get all sorts doing all sorts of things. So you've got to realise that. All right.
Okay, my
Well,
man's
it's been
come back with the search slip.
good to chat to you.
Yeah, pleasure to meet
Let
you.
me get your search slip.
Are you willing to give us your details? I can write them on slip.
Don't be stupid, man. Just
No?
write it. Just write down the thing on the paper, man. Next time someone comes this and films, what are you gonna do? Officer, I've asked you a question.
There you go.
Come on, let him.
There's your slip.
Listen to me.
Alright.
Next time someone does this, don't act like this, alright?
What just happened in that encounter is the perfect example of why understanding your rights matters so much. The officer tried to calm the situation down, asked again for personal details, and defended the handcuffing as nothing more than routine caution. But the auditor refused to let the conversation drift away from the real issue, which was whether the suspicion actually made sense in the first place. Instead of reacting with anger, he stayed calm, focused on logic, and kept returning to one powerful point: suspicion without reasonable grounds is not enough. You could hear the officer relying on possibilities and hypotheticals while the auditor narrowed the discussion back to facts and policy every single time. Because he remained composed, their explanations started sounding weaker and more speculative the longer the conversation continued. This is what accountability looks like when an informed citizen forces authority to explain every escalation instead of blindly accepting it. Public filming is lawful, and once you understand that, vague suspicion starts losing its power very quickly. Knowledge, confidence, and calm questions can completely change the balance during encounters like this. So what would you have done in that situation? Kept challenging the logic, or handed over your details just to end the encounter faster? Let us know in the comments below, and if you believe accountability matters, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us, because the more people understand their rights, the harder it becomes for power to operate without scrutiny.